Well, all bets are off. Unless you're on loopbet.gg, and then they're active and live.
Nice.
But we are on the third map, so settle the score, erase everything that's already happened, get ready to roll on nuke.
And we're ready to roll. We're going straight in with the knife round. Okay, I thought that might have been the pistol, got a bit excited. Could have set something up really cool there, but I'll reel it back in. Actually, quite an important knife round, Matt. It's nuke. We know how City-sided that is these days, and mousesports going to win it. They did have, well, they suffered a defeat on nuke earlier in the tournament, where it just looked like it was really falling apart on the CT side. Oscar doesn't AWP this map. He should be rifling, but in one particular one, was it against North, I believe?
Yep.
He managed to buy an auto shotgun almost every single round on the CT side, which really didn't go well. There was no recovery from it. He had 3 frags on the CT side. That was the main taking from that particular map for me. I really hope he doesn't kind of suffer the same fate.
Was it against North or was it against NiP?
I can't remember. That's
I think
why
it was against
confused.
North. No, I think it was against North. I can't remember either. They played it twice, so but it was certainly problematic for them. Time for redemption, perhaps, for Oscar. Yeah, it wasn't. You go to Hiko back in 2015, 2016. Used to play it on the hut all the time. The hut's a bit different than in the vents, though, because he actually gives himself a chance to at least be closer to the silo side of the site.
Now, don't get me wrong.
It's still not amazing for me, in my opinion.
It can work on nuke. I think
Sure.
it's very situational.
Not every round.
Not every round. That's the point I was trying to drive home, that you can't do it every single round. As soon as they know you're doing that, you're going to get pounced upon and exploit it. But it will be NiP to start the T side here. That was their map pick. It didn't look like it, I have to say. It looked like they were lost at some points. It was a great showing from mousesports. So Sticko getting it done in some of the really key rounds. Well played to him. Support player leading the charge as we get into the final map of this series. As the arena will be waiting for Na'Vi to play after this one, but they seem to be favouring NiP generally as we get into the first pistol here of nuke. It will be for sets of armor, and I assume the smoke's already been deployed by Dennis. Indeed it has. That was towards the main entrance by the looks of things, maybe in front of the vent to try and get a dive going on. Robs is so good towards the ramp room, but can't connect that first shot. We'll stick around for a little bit until he has to reload. He's got some backup from Chris J, who's been great so far. Takes that first kill, and they'll all fall back. They can allow ramp room to be open now as Oscar kicks things off in style. 4 versus 2 now. Forrest down to 5 HP. Almost no chance of planting this bomb. It's all down to Dennis here. He's going to make noise, and even more so as he finds ahead of Chris.
Dennis good on pistols. We say it time and time again lately, or at least it feels as though it's not gone to plan. Important kill allows him to retreat backward, and getting in toward hell, he'll spot out Rops at ramp. If he can find this kill, they've got availability. They can go anywhere, essentially. Up the ladder, he's made noise in doing so. Sonny's staring him down. He can control the angle, but Sonny's behind the box, which means he doesn't even need to show. And Dennis loses control of being able to peek him safely. As soon as he overextends, it's Sticko that's behind the vent that would punish him, and Forrest working in. He's made noise. Sonny will be able to see him. He's going to try and flush him out instead. Converging on that position allows Sticko, though, to maybe swing wide. Do they know that Forrest is that low? It doesn't even matter. Sonny hits both shots. So mousesports now with 3 straight pistols. Indeed. 4 out of 5 in the series.
Will they convert the second round, though? Oscar brings out the auto shotgun straight away. And these sort of rounds are absolutely fine. We won't focus on that too much. But it will be SMG's, the auto shotgun, a scout for Chris J. Remember, he's the main AWPer on the CT side of nuke, as Forrest seems to be giving out most of the orders there. There'll be Deagle, CZs here, and a scout for Getright. Not going to be a sniper at all, really. It's going to be up to Dennis with that. Deagle trying to open things up. Gets tagged up by the scout. Will still push forward, though. Vulnerable to grenades now, of course. That one doesn't connect. Getright, can he find anything here?
Getright swings out with the scout and finds Chris J out and about. I had to do it, I'm sorry. Oscar gets one on the shotgun. So it has worked already for him, but he is up against pistols at this point in time.
It's fine. At this point is fine. But 4 on 4. Still a chance for NiP, but we're coming up to the 1-minute mark now. There was a chance for Draken, I believe, but couldn't quite find the timing. He does get the ramp room open, though. So for now, Forrest waiting to get up towards heaven. Draken does try to exploit the fact that he's missed. Oh, that's a nightmare. That should have been his map all day long. Missed the first shot, always can get a little bit awkward, but it looks like Robs will get both of these now. And that kill could have been absolutely everything there for NiP, but still a chance as Dennis sends Sticko packing.
Sexily Does so as well. Very sly with that deagle. Get right. Oh, me, oh my. Sometimes those can slip away. That can be so frustrating with a scout when you get that much of a lineup and you're just hoping you hit the headshot and he doesn't make some sort of unpredictable movement. It works out brilliantly. Patience and accuracy. Get right falls to the deck. He'll go to the shotgun of all guns. Oscar's picked up. Dennis will take the scout from him as a result. Sonny in the vents has the kits. He's gotten up undetected as well. Shotgun's close enough that it can certainly punish them. More so because Rops is low, but he's missed over the shoulder from Chris. And now it's the Deagle that has to do all of the work. And it won't get any of it done. mousesports survive. They'll go 2-0.
There it is. mousesports will get the defuse. It was a little bit touch and go though. Draken gets that kill cleanly beneath the ladder. You feel like he could maybe do something with that one. Unfortunately, missed the initial shot. Then the crouch comes in from Robs, who ended up getting 2 kills. And at that point, it all fell apart. Round 3 will be a force buy, in fact, for an NiP map. We'll see whether this one works out for them. They got the bomb down, which was everything. Brings out 2 AKs and a Galil. Chris J doesn't nail that first shot. They have fired off their AKs now, though, so mousesports will be aware. The surprise factor removed. Chris J can't hit that one, but at this point, 4 versus 4, definitely still possible. This is a bit of a gamble from NiP as Dennis gets his head removed from his shoulders. And now, how do they recover? Well, Get Right's got an idea. Pushing towards the lobby. Sticker and Co might be punished for that. 3 versus 3, but 2 very low. mousesports players, and now Rez with the AK. Draken's got one as well. How do they get this bomb down?
Down the stairs they go. Draken and Rez, they'll work together. Rez will lead because he's low enough on HP that it's a better chance Draken will trade than he will. He'd love to hit a miraculous 1 shot, 1 kill. Slip in behind the vent. Sticko's got so much safety in that position, not having to worry about the vent beside him. And Rez goes all the way around to control room, where in which he will not have the angle to spot him behind the silo. Smoke down toward ramp instead. Draken, AK, still trying to find a shot. Sticko, MP9, 11 HP. Still not found, but he'll deny the bomb as he drops down. Draken never cleared off the angle. Rez 21, AK-47 in hand, can't do anything for it. 14 seconds, and surely and inevitably this will now go mousesports 3-0.
Absolutely so. The force buy, a nice idea there by the boys. NiP took a bit of a gamble here. It's fine, it's early on in the game, trying to surprise mousesports there, but didn't really seem to find too much. He got a couple of trades, but no bomb planted means pretty much full eco here they can go for. Maybe some deagles, that's about it. But so far, so good on the CT side. mousesports have weathered the storm, and we'll see whether this is the round that finds them anything at all. It will be the deagle, P250s, CZ, no armor, no nades. And AWP for Chris J. Have a look though. The Eagles, all it takes is 1 shot for a snowball to occur. This should be the 4-0 for mousesports.
Forrest already getting in behind the red crate. It's the long shot towards Sunny Hill. And let Rez try and do the same. Neither of them can land anything on the Deagle. Fly, birdie, fly. Sonny's going to the left. I still think he's up somewhere towards CT. Sticko, meanwhile, down on the ground as the M4. He'll cover off anything inside of the site. So not surprising to see mousesports stretch out early, having won the pistol, but the first gun going against an NiP as well makes things very problematic on a T side. Look, you don't... Anything can happen, but you need one of those 2, in my opinion, usually on nuke, to be successful on a T side.
4 and 4, they get a rifle at least, but no armor to really go with it. They'll try and capitalize on that pick with an outside, well, now shut down play. Dennis does get removed. They're going to go towards lower. If the bomb gets planted, that's great, but it's all the way outside, I believe, right now. I'll have a look. Maybe I'm wrong. And indeed it is. Draken's all the way back in T-spawn with the bomb. So that's gone down, and that's going to be the round over. Whether they get any more kills yet to be seen, but 4-0 pretty much guaranteed at this point. Forrest probably gets this, but round still out of his reach. Problem is he'll get no money at this point, but if he saves the AK, that would be fine. He's going to throw it away. Oscar will find him. 4-0. And the Inferno pick really is coming back to haunt NiP at this stage. Very early on, though, and the full gun rounds start to begin here. Is there enough for an orb? I'm not sure. There's only $5,000 for Drac. It might not be worth it. He's 0-4 right now. He does buy the AWP, though. Chris J will be using it. Oscar on a rifle map. This is all looking very good for mousesports now, not forcing that shotgun out every single opportunity he's got. As we get into round number 5 here. NiP looking to post their first. Nades outside. Do not connect, as Oscar will be dealing with a Molotov towards our main entrance.
Dennis trying to spawn in behind Annex if anyone's pushed up. It is a common spot. Not so common that it's used every single round, but worth checking if you have the time to do so, more to the point. No gaps in the smoke. They'll make it to secret, but it's not exactly being held from the CTs if it is, because Chris J's down there. Wire tapped. That secret revealed. First goes back up. They don't even want to confront the AWP and Chris J, despite that it's in a very closed and confined area within the hall. Instead, it's Sunny that they want, and they'll get him, but not before they lose Dennis, which is massively problematic because they stay down a man, and they're outside with nowhere to go. Rop's already inside of the lockers, can control Hell. They've got the inner sight covered off by way of being on the floor, and they've got the AWP sneaking in behind. Great play from Chris, because Forrest did have a read toward locker.
Well, NiP getting wrecked at this point. That AWP of Chris J looking very efficient indeed. Didn't miss much at all there. Round 6, and with the loss bonus at a maximum, the plants haven't come through for the last couple of rounds. They're averaging about $3,600 per player. Dennis has already purchased. He's the in-game leader. Maybe he said, let's just go for one of those tactical purchases, but no, I think they might be going all in. What's the play? This is very uncoordinated. 2 players all in, Matt.
Yeah, I'm
3
not
of them
in.
are just pistol. Like, 1 AK I'm fine with, but if you lose this with absolutely nothing again, you're just hamstrung once more. It's the exact same result.
Yeah, rounds 1, 3, and 5 gone.
They better hope this plant comes in. The plant comes in, fine. But need to be very careful here.
And we're not seeing from NiP what we've seen from a lot of the teams throughout the course of this event, and seemingly since the change in the event. Get it lower. mousesports, in fairness, last round had Chris posted with the AWP and did a fantastic job of thwarting that, but you've got to get that bomb down there if you want to try and take advantage of this very awkward event, I guess, mapping, shall we call it. Oscar knows they're outside. Good read, gets out there, finds Dennis. Draken's not going to re-peek from inside of the secret doorway. Forrest, nearly found by Sunny, does get the kill, and an all-important kill, despite going down to 44, but then he's found again. Once again, Chris on the CT side, AWP.
Both the AKs
excellent.
gone. Yeah, there's the rifles completely removed. Whatever they were trying, they get 1 kill for it, but I don't think they'll be able to recover the rifles at this point. Chris Jade is too efficient outside. 6-0 on the cards. And if no plant comes in, they're still in a very awkward spot. Forrest and Dennis both at $0. And that's a guaranteed kill for Chris. He's being such a thorn in their side. Get right will do whatever he can. That's dealt with in due course. It's just Draken now. No bomb will be planted. $3,400 only for the 2 players buying AKs. That's all they have in this next round. That might mean Galils or SMGs for the next round for them. Really not ideal. It's not that sort of map where you can just have AKs and run around. Like if it's Train, for example, sure, you can set a few smokes out. You've got a star player like Rez or Forrest, let's get him an AK and see whether we can get a couple of picks. Nuke doesn't really work in that way. You need to actually throw all the smokes to even get close to a choke point where you can find a frag. It's not really as efficient to find kills in that respect. So here we go. What's going to be the compromise here? Forrest, he's got 3,200, goes for pistol only map. So CZ for him. Dennis on the UMP is exactly what we described. If they don't get a plant down here, they're in a lot of trouble. So 6-0 down. What should be a full gun round is just 3 AKs and an SMG and a CZ. Not making it easy for themselves is the point I'm trying to send home.
Molotov to the door, they're certainly not, and starting CT side in their previous affairs in this map so far in this event, this is a new challenge for them. Bomb again will rotate back toward the lobby. Further impediment deployed in that direction from Rops. Dennis can't advance to try and find the pick. Dennis doing so with only a UMP as well. You almost want the headshot potential to try and get into ramp because there's so many angles. Rez, back turn flash over. He's fully blind. Somehow Sticko didn't peek out in time. Rez now knows he's there, but Sticko's aware that he's gone by, and he'll take the bomb down as well as Forrest Was desperate, but blinded as well. Look at Sticko go.
Yeah, he's
just give him the whole site.
Yeah, what a brilliant play from Sticko there. Once again, NiP get almost nothing. 1 kill, but Sticko, you can't argue with his efficiency on the upper side.
This has 12 rounds written all over it. This might have 15 rounds written all over if NiP don't get something done. They're not getting any bomb plants. They're not getting any map control. Their money is in disarray.
Well, luckily for us with the Caesar, that he saved himself $1,000. So at least they've got something for this round. I'm not sure that was his intention, but it has worked out in that respect. Dennis with 3,500. Have they taken a pause? Indeed, they have.
1 bomb plant thus far.
Yeah, and that was in the second round.
Yep.
After losing the pistol. So really far from ideal in that respect. But we'll see what NiP can come up with. Still early days. They can still come back and get 5 rounds. On the T side, that's absolutely fine. They're just looking very flat right now. That's the problem. I'm sure they can get a few rounds on the board there. There's Rops, one of the key fraggers from Estonia. Still in his first year of his professional debut, I'd say. He's still absolutely killing it, all things considered.
Had a compatriot that was also on the big stage for a while, HS.
That's true. HS was also part of the Penta lineup where Sunny came from, right?
Sorry, that's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then that led to Optic for a short period of time. Where in which, on many occasions during Freiburg's vlogs, he joked about being the second best Estonian player.
That's true. Stick it with the opening frag here. This is the partial buy for NiP. I think that's a correct call. They can't keep going in with 3 rifles and pistols. So this actually looks quite promising. They're going to swarm Sticko. That works out quite nicely, but here comes Oscar, looking much better with a rifle in his hand. This is what we were missing yesterday, Matt. Give him a rifle, he'll give you the results you need. You get the auto shotgun there, nothing would have got done. AK, though, he's got $16,000, and he's finding absolutely everything.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a much, much better performance from him. He's up to 15K. They've got so much money on this mousesports side, and NiP looking clueless yet again. I'm not convinced. I don't see a game plan from NiP. They haven't done enough to take over Secret. They haven't done enough to get the bomb lower at the very least. And Upper's been a disaster every time they've gone in. They don't have the roles defined.
It's just becoming more and more apparent that maybe Dennis isn't cut out for this role. It seems like the T sides look very uninspired, and maybe they need someone in the roster who really can take the in-game leading responsibility by the horns, as famously exists as part of this lineup since its inception, 5+ years. And you can see Dennis, by no means a bad player, excellent fragger, excellent role player, but whether or not he's going to have to be the in-game leader, from what I've seen so far in this playoff performance, I would say no. Either way, he'll find the opening kill. Sticko will be dropped. Molotov comes in towards the upper area. Chris J now in a lot of trouble. If they go down towards lower, that could be an absolute nightmare. Oscar's waiting there in defense. Bomb planted towards upper. First advantage we've had for NiP really so far in this half.
Second bomb plant in total. And you're right, I mean, Dennis essentially has swapped roles with Exist now as well, because Exist has gone over to Fnatic, recently announced, so presumably to win-game lead. Doesn't really have his troops rallied in such a way, like I say, they just, on all other takes, aside from this round, which is going very well, as they add 2 more kills to their total, they haven't had the entries, I think, defined is a way of putting it. We saw Sticko last time be able to dance around behind the silos. Flash timing was off. Rez went in with no indication as to where he was. Rez this time will get Rops. Get Right closes out on Oscar, and finally a round that goes their way, but they're still going to lose another man. Get Right went down to the bomb, meaning only 3 survive on what is now a reset potential.
Absolutely right there. There's the scoreboard. You can see one name at the bottom there. It's not an AWP-focused map, nuke, and Draken will be using it this particular round, but still needs to find a few more kills here. 2 and 9 for him. Rez, it's the young guns right at the bottom. He's been great this tournament. It'd be so disappointing for him to crash out in this manner. He's on 3 and 8. Dennis Forrest 4. Get Right with 7. 1 round to their name, and yes, indeed, reset potential. Get Right will be the last one to purchase here. In terms of leftover cash, Rez with nothing. Get Right about 1,000. He hasn't bought any grenades yet, so he's down to 0 as well. An incredible amount of reset potential here. And Oscar's back to the shotgun. Whether that'll work out for him, I'm not sure. I would be so pumped up with my rifle plays I've already had on this particular half. You'd probably think, okay, that's working better for me, but Oscar has been using the shotgun for a while on this map. Maybe it was just an off day. We'll see what he can come up with.
Smokes go beyond the red crate. And NiP need back-to-back. Oscar has Chris down below. to cover off Secret, meaning he doesn't need to be directly inside of the vents with that shotgun. Take that to mean he can also be closer to the floor. Good start from Rops, gets the kill, drops away. Good efficiency, smart read.
Yeah, that incendiary as well. Sure, Forrest can chase him, but he can't have 3 or 4 players after him. He can't commit by himself to chase Rops. That's really key, and so is that frag. We called out Rez for looking a little bit weak this half so far, but that's much better. And this is where Oscar, what's he going to do with that range of the shotgun? This is what I'm talking about. Like that's if he has the M4 there, he can recover that, but no chance for the shotgun. Sticko gets one more, but NiP, they might be salivating at the chance to get back into this, to push towards lobby, unsuccessful. And now a 3 versus 2 as the bomb goes down towards upper.
And the fact that this comes back as well from the first pick going to mousesports, that shotgun certainly comes under scrutiny. Range not there, and get right Reddit. Rops will go all the way out to the big garage. They're not even considering this. No kits. They have a smoke and 4 flashes to their name, but not gonna bother. And this does mean they'll get back-to-back front IP, which means they start to accumulate a bit of a bank. AWP for Chris to be held over. Surprisingly as well, the money's a lot lower for mousesports already with just the 2 rounds that they've lost, because their most recent win when it was 8-0 was also closely contested, meaning that from 15K where we saw Oscar not too long ago, he's down to 68, 87 after the round ends. Still money there, don't get me wrong, but it is starting to be chipped at.
Certainly is. 8K, well, almost 9 for Oscar now. But 2 rounds in a row for NiP. This is looking much better. The rifle comes out this time across the board for mousesports. Sticker will be dropped his. And there we go. Back to a more comfortable setting, I would say, for mousesports as we enter round number 11. So NiP, at least now, making this competitive. It was looking very bleak when they were 8-0 down. But we'll see if they can continue that success last 2 rounds. Chris J repositions towards ramp this time, just changing things up. You can't really be super dynamic with the AWP with this map. You can go towards Secret. And he wouldn't do that with a shotgun, would he? Straight through the smoke there, takes down Rez as he gets the opening pick. And that's pretty lovely stuff. We'll see whether this is enough to stop the trio of rounds coming in from NiP. They'll have to try and push towards outside now. There's no Chris J there. He was towards ramp at the beginning, remember.
Molotov goes down behind the blue crate. Oscar, good find again on the rifle. I can see you're just, yeah, you're pleased. Your gesticulation certainly shows so.
Surely it is like, okay, this makes more sense. I'm actually, Oscar's like super sick with a rifle as well. He's not just an AWP, he's not a one-trick pony. It's not like he's an AWP, he's not comfortable with particular rifles or anything like that. Look what he's doing, 3 in the round. As he gets the 4th as well. You cannot argue with this map, and it will be a 4 versus 1 now. Get right, can do nothing about it.
Goes for the ace, Oscar, and he's going to get it as well, all 5. Proof in the pudding, Hank. I think that's the British saying.
Yes, it is indeed. Well, there we go. It does stop the momentum of NiP. An ace with the M4. And yeah, that really does put a cherry on top of the cake there. It will be money available for NiP. Let's take a pause just to kind of take stock on what just happened. 1 by 1, they get picked off by Oscar from the main entrance. Round 12 coming in. This could be a quick 3rd deciding map. Still not looking too good for NiP. Remember, they need like 5 rounds. 4 would be enough to have a half that's recoverable. They can't win anymore as Pitta starting to get involved with the tactics. See what he can do here. UMP for Dennis. Rez with the AK. In terms of utility, I don't think they've got a ton. Oh, they still have money to invest. They're just working out exactly what they need. So smoke's coming out. No Molotovs just yet. CT's got 1 buy in the bag after losing 2 rounds in a row, winning that one.
Yeah, Oscar with 14 kills leads the way. I mean, that's just a massive difference, and the difference hasn't even necessarily, I mean, you could argue it is that he's playing better, but it's not even in that, it's that it's the weapon entirely. And so rifle again, he's going to get aggressive this time. Did he go out or no? Okay, so he just threw a nade and then wrapped around. Still looking to try and get control from the main entrance. Fast this time from NiP. They've changed the base. That might be Pitta's call, it might be not, but it's a great entrance sequence from NiP until Sonny has something to say about it. 2 kills for him. That'll discombobulate NiP, and that nade will take down Forrest. How did he get away from that? He must have been on the absolute edge of the radius, because that was so close. 1 HP as well, and he's still going to hold it with 1 HP to win the round for NiP.
Wow, Dennis tried to bail out Forrest there, but it almost fell apart. Luckily, does take the aggro. The fact Dennis was peeking without Forrest there, though, could have been everything. They get it together right at the last second. Forrest with 1 point of how he avoided that nade, I'm not sure. Maybe we even get a replay. It was so close, I'm not sure. But there it is. Forest will survive, the only player to survive. And now they can find this round. It's going to break mousesports, and maybe they can convert it to 9-6. So the pause, presumably Pitta calls the upper rush. Are they going to do that again? Looks like it.
Dennis goes aggressive. They certainly are going to do it again. They had no idea he was even in there. They were on the hut looking at the door. The door was blown out. They ran right in. Sunny again is the one that has an argument in the outcome of the round. That nade once more, and Draken is far enough away, 4 HP, that he won't be hit either. Somehow they're roping it together, NiP. 3 rounds is workable on Nuke. We've said that before. In some ways, it'll be exciting to see them go onto the CT side second because it's going to put the pressure on and might be a comeback on the cards. Might still be another round for them yet. Drops at the front door, wants to try and work his way back in. No kits for either of the players that are alive. mousesports, and there are no players alive. Draken and Rez, good crossfire, good hold, good swings, and it's now for NiP.
Well, now we have a game on our hands. The tactical pauses have yielded a lot of success for NiP. The upper pace has seemed to be the key for a couple of rounds in a row now, and that's going to be the money shut down on at least a 5th round for the Ninjas here. I don't think mousesports can justify much more than up PT50s and Deagles and stuff like that, as NiP have got 4 out of the last 5 rounds. Much better by them. And mousesports will have to give this one up. They do get some armor as well. They will be at least fighting into it. I feel like that's a bit too much investment of the money they had. Draken to open things up, looking more confident now.
Stinko trying to get his position with the CZ. Forrest drops down. That was audible. Absolutely. But Forrest is wise to the fact that Stinko's likely to be inside of the main entrance. Rez sustains some damage, but gets the kill. And Rops is the next in line down there, but it's just Rops and Chris left. It's not worth it to go down without trade potential, but if he did, it would at least serve to give information as to where one of the 2 players are.
5 on 2. Nothing really mousesports can do about this, I'm afraid. NiP have set us up for a long game now. If they get this 5th round, then win the pistol. There's a very good and convincing case that they'll take it the full distance. Rops. Nothing really to do with this one. It's going to be the final round next. Like I said, I feel like mousesports invested too much into that round. With Oscar getting pistol and armor, he's only got $1,600. They'll get $2,400 on top of this. So they'll have enough of rifles and stuff. Just be compromises where they might not be able to get kits or an incendiary, for example. And I didn't think this setup they had was really going to find them much at all. Not a single kill there for Rops. So $3,400 for Chris J. No all for him. Rops with 4K. That's enough for maybe a FAMAS or an M4 with Kevlar. Here's the ace round, though, from Oscar. Really, really beautiful stuff here. 1 by 1. And he doesn't miss a beat. Great play. Final buy comes in. Auto shotgun for Oscar. Scout for Chris J. 3 M4s. No, they do have 1 kit and bare bones utility. So definitely spent a little bit too much in the previous round. Let's see if they can find double digits, though. It'll take an absolute behemoth performance from one of the players on mousesports. Will it be Oscar? Yet to be impressed by this particular weapon. I know it's viable, but I haven't seen anyone really blow me away with this iteration of the map.
And after all the success he's had on the rifle, he still wants to go to it. A stubborn grunt. Wants to prove a point. Track him with a very minor gap in the smoke. Was hoping someone might cross over the doorway. They don't. They're wise to that. NiP trying to get a 6th round, and that would certainly mean we've got a game. I think we already do, don't get me wrong. Forrest still waiting to drop down from Annex. He'll do that again. Audible once more, but no one up close this time, and he's not even considering that fact. In fact, they want to look toward the outer position instead, and Chris flashed off, has to go toward his own spawn. That position revealed by the missed shot on the scout. So he still manages to get Forrest, though, swinging back out, so NiP has to slow down once more, and that's where they've started to struggle. When they can't get map control early, they haven't really gotten anything.
If you want to go for that upper rush again, and here it comes. The auto shotgun might find a couple of frags, but Draken manages to land the shot there with the AWP. Will he get another? Sunny will expose himself, but he'll bail out. Good decision by Draken. If he stays a bit longer, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. Drops the smoke to buy some space, as he'll just focus towards that hub position now. Oh, he baits him in nicely. Sunny didn't think that angle was possible. 3 versus 3 now. Draken really coming to life in these last few rounds.
Very clever indeed. He was architect of his own play, and they'll get the benefits of it because Rez and Dennis are able to enter. Robs, though, wants to get back in. Draken gets the shot. They had to commit to the ball and play. Well, fair enough, there was 8 seconds. I thought that was 6. But they were committing to it. The gun was not drawn, and Draken hits the sitter. It's now 9-6.
So good tactical pauses there from NiP. The change of pace found them 4 rounds, and they played very well towards the end to get all 4 in their favor, and it's actually looking very possible now. We'll take a break and see if they can win this map in the second half.
mousesports had the early advantage on Nuke of starting on the CT side. They took that advantage and it stretched it to 8 rounds, but it ends 9-6. Momentum swung firmly in the favor of NiP, and now they get a chance on the favored side.
They certainly do. I'm impressed with the tenacity of NiP there. They were 8-0 down. They looked weak. They looked like they were just running very average defaults. They were getting absolutely destroyed wherever they went. A change of pace, though. They managed to win a couple of rounds, take the pause after losing 1, then start rushing towards upper, start getting in there. And you can really see it worked out for them, finding the weaknesses there of mousesports, and the default was getting pulled apart by Chris J. So well done to them. They're actually looking convincing now as we get into the second half. We'll have a look at the buys. It'll be 4 sets of armor, 1 smoke, and 8 cheapest sticker. I'm interested to see where that goes. And no upgraded pistols here. 1 kit for Draken. He's also got the smoke as Rops makes his way quickly outside, but fluffs the jump and loses almost half his HP.
Glock for Rops. Already outside, trying to wrap back in. Down immediately by Chris. Excuse me, by Forrest, but Chris and Oscar get kills. It's still mousesports with the lead. This would be 5 out of 6 pistols that they win in this series. If they do, and it looks very likely that they will, that'll put them on 10 rounds. That's a hell of a way to start the T side. Rez and Draken. Doesn't even look like they're fancying it. They've got a kit. They need a kill. They're not going to get it. Oscar gets it. Draken goes back outside just in hopes of getting exits, I suppose, at that point. Whatever it's worth, 10-6.
Went for the fast outside play. It was looking a little bit troublesome with the initial jump missed, but they go towards up, find all the frags required. And mousesports at the bomb down. NiP were just outnumbered and outgunned. As we get into the second round here, of course, the force spike coming in as per tradition with this particular matchup. Mirage was spectacular. We didn't have a full gun round really until round number 9. I think that was the first orb came out for mousesports. As we'll see CZs and Deagles here, of course. 1 defuse kit. Get Right's fancying their chances here. Rush upper though, and Get Right do anything about it.
Oscar and Sonny with kills so far. Sonny's going to smoke off main entrance as well. That won't allow, I was going to say won't allow NiP back in, but not if they hit the shots before the smoke blooms. That's exactly what Forrest did. Chris is low. No bomb planted yet out of this either, and Forrest will find Chris. The Deagle's certainly sufficient to take down 4 HP that was remaining on him. Watch Sonny trying to push back into an AK. Rez has in his hand. Sticko has to go aggressive with the bomb already planted. He wants to catch them off before they can set up the retake. Look at Rez, that's composure.
Well, there it is. They've got the kid as well. They don't even need it. Well done. NiP hit absolutely everything. Forest leading the charge over 2 frags. Rez with 3, and they'll take AKs, Galils, UMPs to that next round. And here we go. That's exactly what they needed. They've done it again. They might be losing these pistols, Matt, but they're convincingly winning the second rounds.
And they're 5-1 down in pistols in this series with Dennis on the team, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, that's true.
The shot late. Oh, through the box as well.
He was low HP, but through the smoke, through the box, a headshot, that's not bad.
Luck's part of life. Sometimes you need a little, and that's what they get. Forrest will take his services out toward A main, and Dennis does the same, but the flash off, they want to go with speed. They want to go with speed and get caught. The scout does damage onto Sonny. Forrest will collect Sticko. I thought that was the scout shot that actually landed on the second player running by. Sonny's on 8. Flashed off, but not standing in the open yet, right? We'll at least hold out the vents. Now this is where the vents become cool because you can swing inside when they go, but Oscar was well aware of the fact that that vent was a possibility, held the angle, and now with the bomb heading toward lower, they've got a bit of a problem on the NiP side, even if it's still a 4 versus 4. 4 spy from mousesports could steal around a pack, and we'd have a very similar start to what we did on Mirage. Forrest at least finds Rops. Again, bomb down beneath.
4 on 3, Sonny low, and that should be the round. They still have their AKs, of course. This is the force by back in response. With the bomb planted on the T side, you get a lot more for your money. 40 seconds remaining now. They go towards main entrance. Contact play. Rez down towards lower. If Forrest gets one more, that will secure the round. But if he goes down with nothing, there could be a chance of greatness here for the mousesports side. But look at this off-angle Forrest is playing. That's guaranteeing 1 frag in my book. Holds up there. No one's going to come in pre-fire in that one. He's going to have such an advantage as he lies in wait. See, they're trying to pinch up, but there it is. Forrest guaranteed at least 1, maybe even a bit more. Then it's going towards the lobby. Oscar, great positioning here. He'll find him, but still a 3 versus 2. Bomb to be planted with 10 seconds remaining.
That's the key factor. They'll get the bomb in position, however. Dennis needs the kill. If he walks in and smartly he backs away, that would be pretty much round, I think, swinging the other way firmly because he loses the rifle. They have a scout for Draken. Are they? Okay, I was going to say, there's no need to back off yet. And that works out because Draken takes down Oscar, who spotted his teammate outside first. They've got kits in all 3. I was going to say this absolutely has a retake written all over it. Chris J, AK, does manage 1. Still has control behind the silo with 62 HP. That's more than enough to take down 2 players. Should he play it right? And he plays it perfectly. Down they go. mousesports with the round.
My God, I didn't think he stood a chance there. NiP actually played that perfectly. They stick together. They use the buddy system, making sure they're trading out the frag. But mousesports somehow win it. Chris J left in the 3 versus 1, and he manages to hold his nerve. Great stuff with that AK. He looks so precise and so confident in his own ability. Plants the bomb, finds 1, then sprays the last 2 down. Sure, they run into his crosshair, but he shouldn't have been anticipating both. And it will be the force fire in response. This could be the beginning of the end for NiP. Scouts, UMPs, 1 M4, a couple of pistols. Chris J's got the Mac 10, and that could do a lot of work. You can see 3 players without helmets. This round is very important indeed. 3rd and final map of our 3rd quarterfinal here. Looking to book a place in the semi-finals. Looked like it was destined to be NiP after the first map performance of mousesports, but somehow they looked even weaker on Inferno. 1-1, and mousesports homing in on the 3rd. It's been an up and down tournament for them, mostly down, but here they are in the lead in the 3rd map. Rez holding towards ramp. He's the only player with the rifle, solo holding the ramp.
Nade lands right beside Dennis. I'm sure he won't love the fact that it does the damage and puts him down to 78. So Chris already tagged up to some extent. Sonny manages 1. Rez did fairly well with the M4, but unfortunately that's the M4, the only AR they've got, and it's gone. It's out of contention, being so far removed at ramp and completely surrounded by a terrorist presence. That's going to be mousesports going lower. Ouch. Slow. I'm surprised Sonny got away.